Hello friends, welcome to this live session of Online Digital Export Marketing Institute, where we are going to brief you about export marketing, digital marketing, and what you are going to learn in this program. Briefly, first I'll give you my introduction. I am Vinod Katyal, founder. I am into export business since 1999. After leaving my job, I started export business with email marketing. I received first order from Germany in July 99 through email marketing technique, and I used to send this email from Cyber Cafe. Since then, I have exported 40 countries. I have exported various products like handicrafts, bags, fabric, made-up, agriculture products, and engineering products. All these orders I got while working from work from home model. Now I am going to tell you why this idea of online digital export marketing is issued. During these years, I found there is a lot of demand on Indian products, but there are not enough person who know about doing export. Though it's not difficult, still there is a lot of ignorance. People are not aware, they don't have proper knowledge. They don't know how to find and approach foreign buyers. They don't know what is the procedure, what are the government regulations. They don't know what are the payment methods. Lacking all this, they are very not interested in venturing to export. Further, one more reason which I found that people have a lot of myth about export. That's why I started Online Digital Export Marketing Institute in April 2019. Now, I'm going to share some of the myths which people have about export. Number one myth, which most of the people in India have, that all export orders, they are very big. But this is not true. The size of export order it could be one piece of brass kuda, it could be one piece of Banarsi sari, it could be 100 pieces of ikat scarf, it could be 10,000 pieces of jute bag, or it may be 1 lakh pieces of silk pouches. It depends on the buyer to buyer, depend how you are approaching the market. Again, here 80-20 rule apply, wherein 80% orders, they are small orders, and 20% orders you get, they are bigger orders. Second myth, which I find most of the people have in India, you need a lot of money to enter into export. Again, this is not true. You can start almost with no money. When I say no money, you need little bit money to take your GST registration, to take your importer-exporter code number, to form a company. I believe all these things can be done with a major amount of say 5,000 to 10,000, 20,000. That's the maximum. If you are going to company, if you are making a proprietorship firm, you can start with 5,000 rupees also. And when you get the order from your buyer, you can get advance from buyer, which can be up to 100% depending on the order size, the trust you have with the buyer. All these factors they matter, but you can get advance from the buyer. Myth 3. Most of the people think that no buyer will give me advance. This is not true. Most of the buyers, they give advance, but for that you need to develop trust with them. You need to act in a professional manner, answer buyer queries about the product, about your capability, about your manufacturing arrangement. Once buyer is convinced, they do give you advance. The next myth, which I found most of the people they have, because of which they are reluctant to venture into export, is they think that export business is very risky and complicated, which is again is not true. With liberalization, government policy and procedure have been simplified a lot. Coupled with that, computerization and internet has made it very simple. So any one person with little knowledge, little education can go into export and start work from home. The next myth people have in our country that you need to have very good English. This is again a myth. This is not a truth. English of foreigners, it's like ours. Only there are few countries which have their native mother tongue language English, like USA, UK, Australia, New Zealand, etc. all other countries, they don't have their mother tongue as English. So that's why, I mean, we should not feel bad or we should not feel complex that our English is not good and we cannot go into export. If you can write proper English, you can communicate with the buyer, make your point in written English. That is sufficient. There's no need for spoken English. If you know good spoken English is good, but it's not an essential thing. Next myth: you cannot start your business, export business from small city. Again, this is a false statement. As per the government latest foreign trade policy 2015-20, government has identified 25, 27 towns of export excellence where the government is promoting export from those places. Then we have more than 100 custom ports in India from where you can make your shipment. Even international courier facility from DHL FedEx is available in more than 200 Indian cities. So all these from all these cities you can make export. Now the next point is why everyone should export. There are so many reasons why everyone should export. That's the main point. When you are into export, you are earning foreign exchange for your country. When you are exporting, you get various incentives from the government. In export, in foreign market, you get better prices in payment terms than we get in domestic market. Once you start exporting, you have better social status in your community, in your society. And the biggest thing is you can do export by work from home model. I agree, you cannot do production at home, but you can outsource production. Rest of the function like marketing, accounting, other thing, documentation, etc. you can do on work from home model. When you're doing export, you are generating a lot of employment, which is great need for our country. Starting 2020, lot of changes have happened in the world due to coronavirus, COVID-19, which we call. The major changes which I see based on my experience, number one, work from home model will get more importance. As you see, most of the company during this lockdown period, they are doing work from home and they have set even target to make their staff 25% staff to work from home after even lockdown. This is a target set by some of the biggest company. Number two, the change I see post COVID-19 due to social distancing, importance of personal meeting will get lower. Most of the meeting will happen over Zoom or such kind of conferencing, video conferencing software. Personal meeting will get lower and lower, and deals will happen over video conferencing, Zoom meeting, and so on. The next biggest change which I see, world is looking for alternative to China, which till now is called factory of the world. This feeling has come into most of the developed countries in USA, Europe, that they cannot put all their eggs in one basket. That's why they have started looking for an alternative to China. How India can take advantage of situation post COVID-19. Let us go into few of the facts. India export in 2019 was $350 billion, whereas China export was $2,500 billion or $2.5 trillion. Difference in India and China export is $2.15 trillion. I firmly believe, and we can do that, if India positions itself correct smartly, we can get up to 1,000 billion export additionally. Further, as per my information, even our government is trying to bring that investment into India, the space which will be vacated by Chinese export, Chinese manufacturing. If we all work together, we can achieve this target. Now the question arises, why the world will look to India post COVID-19? Let us analyze this fact. Many of the goods produced by China are not high tech, which developed economies are not likely to produce. What does this mean? This means Most of the goods they will produce in developing countries like India, Bangladesh, Indonesia, Thailand, those kind of countries this will be produced. Now, what are the options before the world from low-cost country? Let us analyze that also. If world goes to Vietnam, it's mainly dependent upon imported raw material. It does not have its own raw material. Further, the total economy of Vietnam is around $260 billion. So it cannot meet the demand, the gap created by Chinese exports. Second option could be Indonesia. Again, the manufactured goods export is less than 7% of the GDP. Next option could be Cambodia. It's a small country. Total GDP of this country is only 26 billion. It cannot fill this huge gap which will be vacated by China. Another option is Bangladesh. Now the Bangladesh can only export garment because the only industry Bangladesh has is garment. India economy is $2.94 trillion, fifth in the world. Only India is in that position and to cater to that demand which will be created by world moving to other countries, leaving China. So India is well positioned to take the advantage of that. Now we also analyze role of MSME in India export. 45% of India export is done by medium, small, and micro, small, and medium enterprises. They are producing more than 6,000 quality products. There are 1.6 million registered MSME, and it is a major source of employment generation for the country. Now we are talking of increasing export of India. Let us see how till date we were doing export. By all the small and medium enterprises were doing export. They were using traditional method, and the traditional methods, let us analyze them. The first method used by most of the companies, most of the small enterprises is participate in exhibition. Now this is an expensive method of taking buyer. Let us make a simple calculation. If you are exhibiting in a foreign country, the store rent will be something around 2 lakh plus. Then you add air ticket at hotel for 2%. Roughly, this is going to cost 2 lakh also. Then you add sample cost, local travel, and other expenses. You can simply assume 1 lakh. The total cost of one exhibition is 5 lakh rupees. How many orders you'll get in 5 lakh rupees? It's a risk. You may get that much order, but again, your reach is limited to that market. Not every company can take that kind of risk. So this is a traditional method. Only bigger companies can venture into this kind of option. Next option is overseas business visit. Again, this is an expensive option. Let us make a cost calculation for this. Air ticket and hotel for 2%. Sorry, 1%. It will be something around 1 lakh rupees. Local travel, expensive and other things, something around 50,000 rupees. So total cost comes to around 1.5 lakh plus. Again, you are visiting one city, only few buyers. You are not getting to the whole market, whole world. Again, limited. Again, the risk involved is whether you'll get enough order, for how long that buyer will remain with you. And during my experience all this year, what I have seen that when you go to a foreign buyer, you normally get sample order, which depending on your performance on sample order, you get the bigger order, which many of the time doesn't happen. Next option which people try, the small and medium enterprise try, is contact of friends and relatives abroad. Again, this is not a very good option in 21st century. Firstly, not everyone has friends and relatives abroad. The person who don't have their friends and relatives abroad, don't they have the chance to export? I believe they also have a chance to export. And once you are going through friends and relatives abroad, you have a very limited access because you can cater to only that area, that city, or that country. You're not targeting, you're targeting whole world. Another option is, which traditionally people have been trying, is buying houses. Again, the limitation with buying houses, they are not dealing with all the product. Secondly, they are working as per the guidelines from their buying, their principal sitting abroad. So this is also not a good option. Further, you need to give them commission and so on. So this is also not a good option. Now, let us see why these traditional methods are not effective in 21st century. Number one, they involve huge cost. As I said, but participating in overseas exhibition is going to cost something around 5 lakhs of rupees with so many risks. Then all the traditional methods, they involve large risks which everyone cannot take. You're affecting a limited market, even the exhibition, foreign trip, or friends or relatives, you're expecting only a limited area, limited market. You're not getting to the whole world. And the main important point now is world is going to digital mode. Can you afford not to go digital mode and stick to the old traditional method? No. Solution to all these challenges is digital marketing. So now let us see what is digital marketing. Digital marketing is the use of internet, mobile devices, social media, search engine, and other channels to reach customers. Some examples of digital marketing are website, search engine optimization, social media marketing, email marketing, pay-per-click advertising, remarketing, content marketing. Why digital export marketing? Reasons are obvious. They have so many advantages. Number one, it is very, very less expensive as compared to traditional marketing. Let us take an example. Suppose you have an office or a shop in any city in India. The monthly rent will be something around minimum, if you take on a smaller tier 2 or tier 3 city, will be something around 10,000 rupees a month. For 1 year, it's come to something around 1,20,000 rupees. Whereas in digital marketing, if you develop your website, you can easily start with 5,000 rupees. This is much lower as compared to your office expense. Then with digital marketing, your website business open 24/7, 24/7. When you're opening shop, you're opening it is for 5 days or 6 days. That too from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., maybe up to 8 p.m. But your website is open 24/7 throughout the world. Your website, I mean, your digital business is open 24/7 worldwide. It has no country boundary. Whereas if you're opening your shop, office, the customer you'll be getting, they will be within 10 kilometer, 20 kilometer radius. Few customer will be coming from outside, few cities. But again, it will be limited reach. But digital web marketing, digital export marketing, your customer will be coming from all over the world 24/7. The biggest advantage, website digital export marketing has enabled small business to venture into export, which was not possible earlier. Only bigger companies used to do export, and smaller companies, they were their supplier, they were their vendors. Then digital marketing is more targeted. Like I give you an example. Say you have a shop of ladies garment of a age group 18 to 30 years, 40 years. If you want to advertise your business, you'll give advertisement in a local newspaper or TV channel, cable TV. Since your target market is only ladies between a certain age group, your ad will be seen by all the men, the children. It's not that targeted. But with digital marketing, you can target your ad to a particular audience, particular age group, particular gender, particular area. So that's why it's called more targeted, and you can see the result, see the return on investment, which is much better than what you get in traditional advertisement media. The biggest advantage which I feel is you can work from home. Portion you can outsource other things, marketing, accounting, documentation, those things you can do work from home model. Next, world is going digital way. Can we compete with the world using traditional method of export? I think not. Now, since I have been doing export through digital media for last 22 years, I have designed the course similar way where you can learn both export marketing and digital marketing. In this our digital export marketing professional course, we train you for digital marketing and export marketing both. We are the only institute which train you for export marketing and digital marketing. Some of the topics in export marketing we cover is setting up of your business, like making a firm or company, taking GST number, import export account number, which are essential for starting a business. Then export marketing basic, product tech market research. Then other basic of export, Incoterm, SS code, costing, payment, finance, payment method. Then we also cover Indian foreign trade policy, what are the government policy, what are the procedure involved. Those things we also try to cover so that when you complete the course, you are able to do justice to your job, or you can start your own business. Even we train you to work on live inquiry, which normally we get for our business. We train you on those live inquiries as well. In digital marketing topics, we cover basic of digital marketing, keyword research to find product and market. Then the very important part, website designing on WordPress, we train you for that. Then search engine optimization to bring your product on number one page in Google search engine result page. We cover Google Analytics, Webmaster Tool, so that you can see how your website is performing, where the lacuna is, how to improve it. Other topic we cover is social media optimization, email marketing, PPC, Google AdWords, and very important, remarketing. I just want to explain what is this remarketing. I hope most of you have visited Amazon, Flipkart. When you visit on those website, you select a product but don't make a purchase. You leave the website. That product, when you visit that site again, that product start appearing on the screen automatically. This is because this company feels the product you are a potential customer. Okay, once you have not purchased it, but next time you are going to purchase it. That's why they keep on showing you those products again and again. This is called remarketing. This feature is provided by Google and Facebook, and we will also train you for that. Then the important part of export marketing is role of B2B marketplaces like Alibaba, Global Sources, India Mart. They are marketplaces well established. They get a lot of traffic. You can get a lot of buyer from them also. We also train you for that part also. We'll discuss everything. What are the advantage of going for your own website and going for this B2B marketplaces? We will discuss in the course of. In addition to that, we also cover export through e-tailing like Amazon.com, eBay. As you all know, Amazon is a big American company. They have worldwide marketplaces like in India, but we cover only overseas marketplaces like America, Amazon.com in USA, Amazon in UK, Germany, France, Japan, Singapore. We cover that also. Now, how this course will help you? Student and working executive, they can get a job easily. They can have better growth career. They can have better salary because of additional skill. And most important, they have possibility to start their own export business. How this course will benefit business, trader, executive, exporter. They can have additional marketing channels if they do learn digital export marketing. Also, they will be saved from seasonal fluctuation in product demand, which like giving an example like woolen product. In India, they are sold in only North India and that too in winter season. Rest of the year, they can sell those products to other countries which need woolen product during that time. Another benefit segment is housewives. They can also do export from home. They can start their own export business from home. Another option for them is they can start working for other company on commission basis. So these are the benefits you will get by doing this course. Now, how this course is unique from other courses. In India, you'll get, there are two types of institute. There are certain institutes which are giving you export training, and there are certain institutes which are giving you digital marketing. But there are no institute in India which is giving you export marketing training. We are covering both aspects so that you can export your product in digital way at low cost or without investment. Secondly, we give in-depth coverage of each topic so that you are clear about all concepts, so that you don't face any problem when you start doing your own work. The duration of the course is, professional course is 3 months, 12 weeks. We try to cover all the skills which you need in doing your export or when you're working with a company in export department. We try to cover all skills required in that. And very important is we give you practical training on live inquiries. You can join our professional certificate in digital export marketing course. This course is divided into 24 modules which is covered in 12 weeks. Classes are held 3 classes per week, and duration of each class is 2 hours per session. For any question, any query, you can visit our website or you can enroll at www.udemy.in/enroll-now, or you can email us at info@udemy.in. Thank you.